Welcome to this episode of A Book in the Making. Today I'm joined by Monica Canducci.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yes, thank
I'm so
you.
bad with names, but amazing. Welcome, Monica. And you wrote the book Feminine Embodiment Guide, and there's a long subtitle that you'll tell me in a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
The feminine embodiment guide is more the way I speak of
oh yeah,
myself.
sorry. It was the
No,
sacred body. Wow. I'm on a roll today. Okay, the book is called The Sacred Body, and then you are a feminine empowerment guide.
yes, I
Yes,
would say yes.
amazing.
And then I have to say that my English is very creative because I'm Italian, and Italian moved to Canada. So just to tell our audience that.
That's okay. I'm also not native speaking English, so we will manage. I'm sure. That's the
I'm sure.
most interesting conversations often.
Exactly. And I have a background as an entertainer and a performer. So we will see what happens.
Amazing. You know what, Monica? Let's dive in. And I just want to say one small thing before we start with you explaining a bit about your book. We might also have company from your cats.
Exactly. I have actually one of them. She is our camera cat in the family.
Yay.
And she wants to show up. So I'm showing up her right now because I'm sure that she will maybe meow or doing crazy things during our conversation. So
it's nice. Then we have a bit more company. But
yeah.
Monica, let's dive in and tell us like a little bit about what's your book all about.
So the book, I have a copy here. I can show the book actually. The very long subtitle is, I have to read it because I never remember it. Embody your feminine wholeness at any age. This is an important point. To thrive by reconnecting to nature's cycles. Very long, right? I put all, the book is in the subtitle, basically. I'm kidding, but it's, it's more than, I'm 56 years old. I was told when I was 40 by one of the healers I was working with, I was told that menopause would be my turning point and the initiation, the final initiation to start working as a guide for women. I was a bit reluctant because I already had an experience working with women since my 30s. I have a scientific background, as a body worker, neuroscience, but a lot of spiritual work with the lineage carriers. So I felt really compelled at a certain point after a viral infection, after near-death experience, after a lot of things happening in my life. Really, menopause was the most beautiful turning point in my life. And I felt embodying the power. And finally, I felt like, okay, this is the right moment to write this book, to guide every woman through all the phases, all the stages of a woman's life.
Amazing. Yeah. So what is your purpose with the book? Is that more like from a marketing perspective? So was the purpose of the book to just literally help people sometimes when I get out to people and I see that they're like, oh, I really would like to read your book, but it's like cost money. I'm like, oh, you can get it at the library. It's no problem. And it doesn't earn me any money, but that's the point why I want to help people, but I also want speaking engagements for that. So I'm kind of looking, or I'm trying to figure out, was that your point also, just helping, or was it selling books to get rich, or was it?
It's not my first. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just like, what is your kind of what was your purpose with the book? What was the reason you chose to write it?
So since I was 17 years old, I'm a channel, and this is why I started working with spiritual master very, very, very early in my life, because I needed guidance for that. And this is also because why I developed a scientific background, because I was like, what's that? always balance in that. So basically, when I feel called to write, I have to write. And it's not the first book. I never thought of a book as a for marketing purpose, but now I understood recently that a book can be also a great instrument for marketing, because it's true that with a book you can help people connect with you and help people understand what you do. So basically I felt called to write the book, like it was an order, write the book. And actually I love to make people independent. So in the book I really put things of value, and it's really meant to help women take their life in their hands and explore feminine wholeness. And also for men, it's useful to understand what is that feminine wholeness. So the book is a tool itself, and it's really a little investment. It's not an investment that you need to do with a lot of money. It's a Kindle. I did it myself. I published myself. I put inside some meditations. I put in some resources. And then at the end, I put amongst the resources something that people can download by subscribing to my newsletter. So this is, and then I create a series of emails to give more tools, because this is my style. My style is not pushing people or pulling people to work with me. My style is, okay, I want to show you what I do, then you choose. But I want really to give you free tools. So this is
amazing.
But
So you wrote the book.
Yeah.
And then you, in the book, as I understand it, you put in a link for the ebook, or for the published, a link that people can just type in to their browser, and then they'll get on your email list and receive additional value from that. So you're building your list and also creating value for people to get more information and maybe want to work with you more afterwards.
With me or with my mentors? Because so basically from the marketing perspective, I did two things. One is that from my website, there is a book section. Mm-hmm. From the book section, people can go to the specific page for this book. This is my last book. And from that page in which they find all the information about the book, they can also download for free chapter 1. Because chapter 1 is kind of overview. They can have a taste of the book. And in this way, I have them on my mailing list. Then, if they buy the book, they purchase the book, they can, at the end, find amongst the resources a lot of books, other books from my mentors, from my teachers, from other people that was important for me too. Because I really like to create connections and networks. And then there is another resources that can download by subscribing to my mailing list. So I really like to create networks. And I think that the best way, I know that we receive so many tons of emails, newsletters. This is why I don't put offers in my emails. I put content.
Okay, so you never sell in your emails?
I just say no. I don't. But it's not because I don't like that. I bought a lot of courses through this way.
Emails, yeah.
But I received the spiritual transmission from the friend lineage. One in specific is a healing tradition. There is a lineage in this, and part of the rules of this tradition is that you respect the teacher, the healer, the master who passed you the transmission, the initiation. And in some way, she's not here anymore. She's in the other dimension now. Well, it was not her way. She didn't need to sell anything because she was known for what she did. And I feel comfortable like this, like just showcasing what I do and leaving people free to contact me if they want, because I believe that they can see, and if they want, they contact me.
Okay, interesting. How is that working? Is that because what I'm sitting, I love that idea, but I'm also with a marketing background thinking, okay, but you need to get visible for people. You need to get out there and show them that you have stuff and show them that they can actually buy these things from you, that you can well, they can buy the book for one, but also that they can buy other services that you have. So how do you handle, what's the marketing?
Well, I keep sharing free content. Like I create every month 1 to 3 meditation. I don't advertise. I just spread the word, and I see that people, they like. It's free, and it's my mission to connect with people and pass these things, and those information. It's not only about healing, it's really about the functioning. It's about discovering and exploring and manifesting, expressing our hidden resources. So I see that it works. But I understand that this is very personal path. It's a very personal path. I know that I could create offers with my emails. I could, but it's not. I would, if I have to maybe sell something else that is not this specific work, I have no issues to create offers. I did it with another kind of work. I do more about the posture and this and that. But with this work, it's really subtle. I prefer just showcase it and say, look, I do this, I do that, I do that. If you are interested, just ask me. I don't even have fixed prices. It's just, I have a fee, like this is my ideal fee, and this is what I ask. But I always, especially for women in life transitions and challenges, I know how sometimes it's hard to put things together. And so I do my best to find with them a way so that I am paid, but they are comfortable. So okay. This is my way, because this is what I learned, and I don't want to be like stuck in a mental thing. No. So I see that it works for me.
And because this is amazing. When it works, it works, right? So I'm curious about, with that mindset, when you published a book in June, so how have you been promoting it? Like, how have you let people know that the book is coming? Both while writing the book, did you do anything? Did you let people know, and what did you do? But also now that it's already out there.
Yeah, well, I'm very active on Facebook. I have a YouTube channel. I'm not so active on Instagram. I'm there and I forget to have an account sometimes. So I keep sharing. I have a blog, so on my website. So I keep sharing. I told my friends on Facebook. I still have a business page, but I know that now with the new Facebook rule that it doesn't work very well. So in my nature, this is really in my nature. I love to share things that can be useful for people. And this is what I always did on Facebook too. So it's not that I'm not playing the role. I'm just myself. Because for me, for the path I'm on, it's congruence, coherence are the first very important thing. It's kind of alignment. I am what I teach. I can't cheat. And so I can't pretend on the media to be someone else and not just saying, oh, everything is okay, everything is all right. And then in my life, what's happening here? If I'm going through a challenge, I say that. If I'm happy, I say that. But I'm always committed in giving people something that they can use to make their life better.
Is it always then things you produced yourself? Because when you're saying like, then I share with people something that will help them, and then I'm thinking, okay, so for me, in my perspective, you can share two things. You can share things you've produced yourself, you can share things others have produced. But I'm thinking with a marketing hat on, that is it when you want to show people what it is that you can do, when you want to market your book and want to market yourself, then I would think that it would make more sense to share things you've written yourself. So do you do that, or do you also share what other people have done?
Both, because I share also books that inspired me, books written by my mentors or inspirers, or books that are relevant for personal growth. But I teach a lot, also medias. I always share things like practical tools, like in a live, for example, I can teach how to breathe to feel less anxious. And so what I see that this kind of approach is what brings me also audience. And then when I say, look, I'm writing this book, the book is about this. I just published this book, and in the book, you will find practical tools to feel aligned and express your femininity while they are curious, and then they are happy to buy the book. Also because they see that I'm not always focused on myself.
How did you build your audience? Because it sounds like you then already have an audience of people who follow you, and looking past the people you know on Facebook, how did you kind of build your audience? Because as I hear it, you are connecting with people on Facebook that you don't necessarily know to kind of reach them. But how do you do that? Like, how do you build your audience?
I realized that it was a totally spontaneous process, because for me, the really important thing that guides me is constant personal development, constant personal growth. It's not because, it's like, yeah, of course, we hear a lot to speak about the law of attraction. It's true that when you are what you are speaking of, it's easy to attract people because they feel it. You are authentic. So I realized that for me, it was mostly that, to be just myself with my will and my happiness in sharing what I found useful for myself. So I don't know if this is the best strategy. It works for me because this is me and I'm keeping learning.
And that's important, right? It doesn't like being authentic and feeling like whatever strategy you're using is one that fits you is really important. So I'm curious to know did you then change your strategy when you published the book? Did you go into just sharing things from the book or just sharing things about the book, or did you just keep on doing what you've been doing?
More the second, because when I tried, I did something different. For example, I used to give this free Zoom meditation. I tell people, I send a newsletter, I put a post and say, oh, look, I'm doing this. And then I create a webinar with the rules of a webinar. So PowerPoints and everything, very well structured. I gave that webinar, I taught the webinar, and I didn't feel comfortable with that structure. And it was just for launching the book at the end. It was not for selling such an expensive program. It was but there was something in the structure. It was perfect. A lot of people like that. A lot of other people, they said you were not yourself. That's true. I put myself in a structure. It was fun. It was nice to explore, but I understand that when I do this, if I do too much in some way, and then the spontaneity is lost somewhere. Yeah. So it was useful, and it was helpful because I know how to find the balance, because I believe that of course marketing strategies are important. I need to make people aware of what I do, and it's because I feel that our planet and mankind are really on the edge of. It's like we have to make choices. It's like we have to be more aware that nature is not out there. Nature, our body is nature. We need to understand how to manage our inner states. We need to understand how a thought can become an emotion and can become a physical state. And so this is why I want to be known. And this is why I wrote the book, to make everybody aware that, okay, there is also this book. There is a program related to this book. There are many services, but if you just want to read the book, that would be amazing, because there is nothing inside. Yeah.
Then I think that makes sense, but I'm also like, what now then? So getting people to know about the book and buy the book and say, now you're here with me doing an interview. What do you have plans to do, specific things to do more in one direction than another, or like what's your plan? Do you have a specific plan right now for going forward with the marketing part?
Well, I'm very I'm riding the wave. So my plan, I put the book, of course, the book is on Amazon. I'm considering, I create a couple of Facebook ads. Mm-hmm. One of them worked very well. The other one didn't work at all.
Okay.
The one which didn't work was the video. Okay. In which I was presenting the book. 1 minute video, not long.
Yeah. No, but
the one that worked was just the photo, the cover, and a short, not even long post. It was less than what you can find here or on Amazon. It was very focused.
Sure. Yeah.
And it worked better. I tried with Google Ads. It didn't work. I tried just 1 month. And now I'm considering Amazon advertising.
Yeah.
Because I know that if I'm not pushing people, if I'm not constantly telling them I wrote this book, I do. Because in my lives on Facebook, in my lives or just videos on YouTube, I say that I wrote this book. And I say why for me this book is very important. But then I think also advertising for me, it's a way, or podcasts, interviews. This is something I love so much.
And it's also a great way to get out to new audiences. I'm curious now that you just took up your book, and I've been thinking about this before. Did you design the cover yourself, or did you have someone help you?
This is I'm laughing because I have I'm very good at marriages. I'm being I'm married with the same man now. It's 22 years. Okay. But with my former husband, I have still a very good relationship. And so I'm laughing because he was the author. My former husband was the author of the cover. I just sent him the picture I loved, and I gave him an idea. He knows and he sees that red is one of my favorite colors. Actually, I paint blue. But when it comes to energy, I like red and the shades. So I just gave him a couple of directions, and he created that for me.
Okay, because one of the things that's interesting is that the cover also is one of the biggest sales factors for books online,
That's true.
at least, but also in general. So it's a good idea to have a fetching cover. So I think that's really interesting.
Well, I thought that it's a book on the sacredness of our body. It's a book about this thriving at any age. And I wanted to put myself there, like I am, because I'm 56. This is written in somewhere in the presentation of the book. I don't remember where, but and my husband, both of them actually, they say, well, you are the best business card for yourself because you are embodying what you are speaking of. So I thought it was better to show at least my face. It's not because I'm the beauty, but it's because it's me.
There's energy to it, right? There's an aura of thriving, so that makes total sense.
Well, this is what I love. I love to transmit. I believe in that. I receive this transmission, and this is my intention to transmit.
So going forward, would it be mostly sticking to just sharing your own stuff and keeping in line with yourself, and then a little bit of the paid marketing, or are you gonna go like, I'm gonna pay a lot of money to market it to get out to even more people? What is the strategy?
Well, I have to say also that for me, what works most with the clients and students is referrals. So I don't invest. I won't just invest a bit to market the book. And that I know that for most of the people, it doesn't make sense because they say to me, why you want to market the book that is bringing to you nothing? Because it's true. You don't become rich selling books. It's true.
No.
Even if Amazon gives you a nice royalty, and no, it's not the book. Is that the people they get used to understand what you do, and then maybe they contact you and this and that. But for me, this is really my call. I want to share the book because I want to give everybody, not just women, everybody who wants to understand what is this feminine wholeness, how we can really overcome every conflict between masculine and feminine, how we can integrate all this beauty from nature and find it within at any age, independent on gender and anything. So I understand that it can feel like we're crazy, but this is my call. And so I understand that this is very for me, and maybe I will change my mind. I'm open to learn. I love what you are doing because I think I can learn from you, from your program. No, how I can call it
channel, video,
channel.
YouTube?
Yeah, channel. Yes, just well, the program.
Concept.
Because in Italian we say television program, and so it's still the program. No, it's channel, because well, I'm open. Maybe I will find something that I never thought before, and it's interesting to
I hope so. That's what I want to share, right, with the channel. I want to share so that people get inspired by each other and help each other out. So that's amazing. I was just going, you're saying that you really work off of references and referrals.
Yeah.
So do you ask for that in the book? Because what I experience is that word of mouth is also really important with the book. So do you specifically ask people at the end of the book to leave a referral for you, or to like what they called a review, that was the word, or to let them know that you would be happy about?
So I don't know if you understand us.
It seems like Monica got cut off. I hope she will be back. I am just waiting for her. While we are waiting, I want to let you know that I have these author interviews that I'm doing with Monica right now. And then on the other hand, we also have expert interviews, which you can see on the channel. You can also look, we do two parts of the expert interviews. We do the what and why, and then we do the how afterwards, which is on Buy Me a Coffee. Welcome back, Monica. You're muted. Let's see.
Yeah.
There we are.
I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened.
No worries.
Connection, but I hope you managed.
It's okay. I was just asking about if you're asking people in the book to leave a review for you on Amazon or where they buy the book.
I didn't, probably, and this was a mistake. I know.
No, but that's fine.
What I realized that after that I could have asked for that. I see that anyway, they are leaving reviews and I'm happy. Mm-hmm. But definitely it will be something I will do for the next, because I have another inspiration coming. And and what I think I suggested somewhere, maybe in the book or maybe somewhere related to the book, it was to spread the word. I mean, to share. Yeah. If they know someone who can benefit from the book. So yeah, I really realized that just by writing this book, because with the previous book, I never thought of marketing, nothing, just put the book out. And it works in some way, but not so well like with this one.
I just realized that I have not done that myself. I have, in my book, I have these kind of flaps here and then first where I lead people to my social networks. But I don't specifically ask them to leave a review. But what I do, if people buy them from my own website, I have these postcards that I put in the letters or in the packages when I send the book, and that's a golden opportunity to ask them to write a review. So I will definitely start doing that from now on myself.
Oh, that's a very good idea. Yeah. Well, I know that I have a lot to learn, so I'm happy that I'm learning something, even if I'm a bit weird and my way is a bit very personal.
Yeah, and you know what? Whatever works, because you also need to feel confident in what you do, and you need to feel like it's right for you. So if I tell you you need to go out and spend so much money and do this and this and this, and it doesn't feel right for you, then you're probably not going to attract the right clients anyway. So it makes no sense. So what I try to do is give ideas, get inspired myself, and then take whatever people want. And I think your way of doing it is amazing.
Oh, thank you so much. It's now I'm thinking maybe I can create a post and say, look, if you didn't buy the book yet, do it, because I'm participating on a contest on Amazon. So give me help for that.
You could also make a post saying, hey guys, if you already bought my book and didn't leave a review, I would be really grateful if you want to leave a review. Here's the link for Amazon where you can do so.
Yeah. Maybe I can do both, because because I like it. I just really like to make people know what I do. And when I have it's very spontaneous relationship with my audience. It's really because I love them. I love to share. And so I don't think it's weird to ask them for help when so, yeah.
Oh, sorry, the last part, you're breaking up a little bit.
I think the connection is crazy. Just the cats, also the connection. No, I was saying that I have such an authentic and spontaneous relationship with my audience that I feel that if I need help, I can definitely ask them.
Amazing. That's the best kind of audience, right? So Monica, it's been amazing speaking with you. If people want to learn more about your book and more about what you do, where can they go and find you?
On my website?
Yeah.
for sure. And
what's it called?
www.monica-canducci, that the spelling is really...
I will leave it in the description.
.com. And then from the website, they can find the blog, they can find the books, they can find the events, and they just have to explore, because be more curious. We are used to things coming to us because we are like submerged by information. It's so nice when we just awaken our curiosity, and when we go for things to understand. It's like a treasure hunt, So
amazing. I hope that you get amazing feedback from this. I think it's been so interesting speaking with you. And then thank you so much for being on.
Well, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity and connecting me with your audience. And I hope it can inspire someone. And if I have to give an advice or suggestion, just do the best to be the best version of yourself. This is winning always, because people can feel it. And
amazing.
With all your imperfections, because it's always a work in progress. So
exactly, and no one's perfect.
Exactly, and this is what makes us unique.
Exactly, amazing. Thank you so much.